Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Mayer. I'm a licensed psychologist and a Tai Chi and Qigong teacher. I specialize in mind-body approaches to a wide variety of issues, and the one I want to focus with you on right now is on trauma. Because there's so many people that have different kinds of trauma. I mean, we're living in a world right now where the economics is traumatizing so many people. The environmental disasters, many things like that. But I want to focus on the kind of trauma that most of us psychologists deal with, which has to do with the trauma of past sexual, physical abuse and other kinds of things that really affect people in their relationships later in their life. And I'm thinking about this one patient that came into our integrative medical clinic. He was a man who was cleaning the floor in his garage. And what came up for him while he did that is that his back went out. And he was a single father, and it was so bad that he needed to move downstairs in his house. And he went to the orthopedic surgeon that was associated with our clinic, and he said, let's see what you all can do with him first. Otherwise, we're going to schedule him for orthopedic surgery. And actually, he was referred by another orthopedic surgeon to the doctor that was associated with our clinic. So I developed this process that's called the River of Life process, where somebody breathes up their back on their in-breath. On their out-breath, they go down in their body. And that's used to create a relaxation state, as well as to bring up past issues. Because it's often said that the issue is in the tissue. And I'll show you an example of that right now. So I was Dr. Eugene Genlin's focusing training coordinator for many years, and focusing is a method of going into the body to find the felt meaning of something that's stuck. So he went into his back as he was going down, and he said, you know, I'm in so much pain there that I can't really do your process, this River of Life thing. And I said, just go to that place in your body and see what comes up. When he did that, what happened is an image came up of when he was younger. He was 16 years old and he was hitchhiking, and his parents had forbid him from doing any hitchhiking, but he did it anyway. And he got picked up by two guys that were violent, and what they did was they attacked him sexually, and they stabbed him in his back and left him for dead in a ditch. And he crawled back home. This is when he was like maybe 16 or 17 years old. And he was able to hide this from his parents all of his life. And he put various antiseptic on his back to heal himself. But he felt a lot of guilt and shame about this and never told anybody, including his last wife. And so what happened is when he did the River of Life, he remembered that. He had never shared this with anybody in all of those years, but this came up for him that he remembered this. And when he realized that his back problem that had just come out from his sweeping the floor was related to that, things started to shift for him. He started to take his power back. He forgave himself for not speaking to his parents and other people about it. We did a whole working through process of him empowering himself and feeling his anger at those two people that did that to him many years ago. And the process of the inner work that he did with this method I developed called body-mind healing psychotherapy, eventually he found a new life stance of being more with his spine in his life, as well as being able to be more vulnerable. Because each of us have various life stances that are at the root of many of our psychological issues. So at the root of his psychology was carrying around a lot of shame during his life, as well as being spineless. So this was a longer process of psychotherapy, but the main thing I wanted to share with you is that a lot of times when we're feeling trauma, and people will take medication or do various other kinds for it, or if they have a physical disability, like he was going to go and get an operation. In this case, he was able to start running up the hills in the area where he was within a few weeks after I did this work with him. Now, I work in an integrated medical clinic, and whenever I tell this story, I'm always very careful to say, look, I don't really know with 100% certainty whether it was from the work I did with him, the chiropractor, the acupuncturist, or a medical doctor. And so I can't really be sure about that. But really what I'm talking about is what I believe is the integrative medicine of the modern era, is that we really need to have these multidisciplinary teams where psychologists, Qigong teachers, and many other health professionals get together to give the best integrated approach to our patients. And so that's what I do in my private practice. Either I'll see somebody myself or I'll refer him to the integrated medical team that I work with. So I hope to get an opportunity to work this way with you on one of your issues if you feel so inclined, or you can check out my book on body-mind healing psychotherapy, a little plug here. Or you can check out my website for a lot of interesting articles on hypertension, chronic pain, as well as on trauma. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and I hope I get a chance to have a connection with you either through my body-mind health coaching that's on my website, or you can give me a call in either my Berkeley, San Francisco, or Contra Costa County office that you can get to by 510-849-2878. Thank you.